This roller coaster of a season has come to an end. Welcome back to Palace Mad Mason. I don't know why, but I'm actually really gutted that the season's over because I don't want it to end here. But unfortunately it has, and it's still a really positive result against the champions. Full time at Anfield, Liverpool won, Crystal Palace won. Now before this game, let's face it, it didn't really matter what the result was for both sides, to be honest with you. I think Liverpool giving Crystal Palace the guard of honour for winning the FA Cup, something they didn't have to do. And for me, that really sort of levels up my respect for Liverpool, to be honest with you, in that respect. You know what I mean? It didn't have to do it, and it's a touch of class from them. Let's put that out there straight away. However, talking about the game itself, it was a brilliant goal from Ismail Assar to put Palace in front. It was a brilliant pass from Mitchell, I think dispossessing, was it Conor Bradley, or intercepting a pass? And it was a brilliant through ball from Mitchell to find Sarr, and a brilliant slot finish past Alisson into the bottom corner. And that put us in front inside 10 minutes. And I was thinking to myself, well, you know what? Can we hold on like we did last season? You know, when we won 1-0 to basically deny them a chance of the title and giving it to Manchester City. When Arsenal screwed up, if you remember from last season, back in April 2024 it would have been. But they did have to find a goal through Mo Salah after some brilliant saves from Henderson, some brilliant defending from Palace. And I think that's where the resilient factor comes in. And I have to say, you know what, I give credit to Palace for the way we defended, because the amount of chances Liverpool did end up having after going 1-0 down, they could have easily turned it around and won. Again, the result doesn't mean anything, but again, I want what's best for Palace in every single game that we have, whether it matters or not. So for me, I feel like that is a perfect ending to the season, to be honest. Obviously, it could have been a bit better with a win, but hey-ho, it is what it is. We have finished 12th place in the Premier League, which a lot of people will laugh at, but we've got silverware to go alongside it in the FA Cup and Europe next season, which is something that obviously I'm really looking forward to, and is a video coming up when I talk about the confirmed teams that are in the Europa League next season. A couple of other moments to talk about in the Liverpool game. I'm a bit confused as to why Oliver Glasner took Romain Esse off after he brought him on in the 83rd minute and took him off in the 93rd. I was a bit confused as to why that happened, to be honest with you. I've never really seen that happen. People are saying it's an injury, but he didn't look that injured. I've heard that apparently it might be because Glasner wasn't happy with him showboating and giving the ball away, which could have led to a Liverpool winner. But that shows, if that's the case, and I think that shows that Glasner isn't willing to mess about, is what I'm trying to say there. But you know what? I give full respect to him for that. If Esse's playing up, and then he needs to learn from a young age, and he can't mess about at a Premier League club, and that's something that I will say on that matter. Let's summarise the season quickly before this ends, because I'm not being funny. I don't want this to be a really short review video, but there's not a lot more for me to say. You know, Liverpool lifted the Premier League. I give them a lot of credit for that. But the thing is, I've never felt so at ease for a Premier League game on this channel, I don't think. Because, yes, we did have top half to fight for, but it wasn't like 12th without silverware. We've won the FA Cup. We were so at ease going into this game. And what I give credit for is that Glasner could have easily turned around and gone, you know what, lads, don't matter. We can lose 5-6-0, doesn't really matter here, do you know what I mean? But the fact that he still wanted to fight for top half, and we nearly got it, I think, come the 75th minute of the final day, before Bournemouth took the lead against Leicester, and Fulham were losing against Man City for the majority of their game. We was 10th. We was in the top half. Unfortunately, Bournemouth did score twice in the last 15 minutes against Leicester City, which obviously weren't great. But you know what? Who cares? Who cares? But I think the message going into next season is to start better. Because, well, I think this season, for one, if we'd have started better, I think we'd have finished better than 12th, alongside an FA Cup, which would have been even more iconic. But another factor is that we need to start winning games in August, September, before the Europa League kicks in. Because I personally feel that with the depth in our squad right now, not saying we're not going to invest, but say if we get less investment than we thought we might, we need to start getting games done in the Premier League and start winning games before the Europa League kicks in, because we may struggle with these 3-day turnarounds. We may do. I hope not. I don't want to be negative here, but investment's needed. That's the first thing I want to say. The second thing I want to say is an obvious thank you to you guys. I've thanked in the Man City FA Cup final vlog, in the Wolves vlog, but now the season is 100% completed. I want to say thank you guys for joining me on this incredible journey this season. It has been an iconic season. Let's be real here. 8 games unbeaten at the end of the season. FA Cup winners, Europa League winners, Community Shield final against Liverpool at the start of next season. So the vlogs will be starting a little bit earlier next season because I think the Community Shield final is the week before the Premier League starts. So, you know, that's something to look forward to. You know, doing the league double over Brighton is another thing that's been massively overlooked, especially in the home game where we went down to 9 men and Brighton went down to 10 in a mad game. Probably the maddest game this season, if not the FA Cup final, obviously, where we beat Man City. And another thing, our highest points tally, 53 points we finished on. I think in most Premier League seasons, that would get you top half easily. So even though we have finished 12th, it's actually been a better season for us. In terms of videos in the future, because I know a lot of people will be wanting to know the plans for this channel over the next few months. So, like I said, I'll be talking Europa League. I'm going to go through every single team that's confirmed in the Europa League. There's been projected pots that have been released all over the internet. Some of them I do trust, some of them I don't. So once all the Europa League teams have been confirmed and what pots they're in, I will be going through who I would like to face in the Europa League phase next season. We're going to go through transfer news. We're going to go through, obviously, pre-season news, if there's any big news coming our way in that respect. Going to be reacting to, I think the Premier League fixtures for next season get released in mid-June. So that's another video that you're going to be looking forward to as well. So there's a lot going on this channel during the summer. So don't, you know, disconnect from this channel for the next few months, because I will still be here making some content. I might go through some transfer rumours as well, because obviously now we're in the Europa League, we are a much more attractive football club. And I'll be hoping for us to be linked with better players, you know, bigger names in the game. And that is something that I think we may be able to achieve. But anyway, thank you guys for the support throughout 24-25. It's been an absolute roller coaster. It's ended in triumph. And it's a 1-1 draw at the Champions. So I'll take it. Like, share, subscribe. And I will see you guys next time.